The Book of Boba Fett, another Star Wars show, another very complicated and, half and half sort of experience. So I'll split this review into two parts. We'll do a non-spoilers review section, which will be first, and then obviously we'll go back into spoilers later. So I guess let's just start with the basic non-spoilers for the show. Obviously, based on the title of the show, it's about one of the fan favorite characters, Boba Fett, and his journeys, where he goes, how does he get onto Tatooine, which is the planet that he's trying to become the crime boss of, and his challenges as he goes through that. I will say, so far we're 6 out of 7 episodes into the series. If you are expecting, the same, extremely harsh and ruthless Boba Fett that has been, sort of depicted in the rest of the, of the series and the lore and the other parts of the Star Wars universe, you're not necessarily going to find that here so far. As far as, other aspects, the visual effects, all of the different, the directing and all of the different shots and full-scale beauty of a lot of the shots, especially season 5 with that introduction of the ring world, if you will. That was just a beautiful introduction, and I feel like overall I'm really happy with the quality of production in this show. Obviously it's still a TV show, it's not a movie, so the fact that they're able to, sort of keep that same level of quality that you could expect from Star Wars in a TV show is really, really satisfying and helps keep that same magic alive throughout the entire series. So the question of whether or not you should watch it, yeah, go watch it. It's, very enjoyable. You have many different great Star Wars moments that, especially if you're an older Star Wars fan or someone who just enjoys the series overall, you'll really enjoy the different cameos and the different, throwbacks and callbacks that they bring up throughout the entire series. So I'd 100% recommend it if you're looking for a really coherent show that's always going to stay with the same characters. Not the one to choose, but I think that it's still incredibly enjoyable nonetheless.
How many characters do you want to make a cameo in the show? All of them.
As for major cameos, obviously Luke Skywalker is back in the flesh. A deep fake that they did for this one. Obviously, if you've not watched The Mandalorian, which is basically the show that this became, the Book of Boba Fett basically spun off of The Mandalorian after Boba Fett's reintroduction in that show. It basically was a continuation of Luke's appearance in the season finale of season 2 of The Mandalorian, which obviously was a massive moment for Star Wars fans who, hadn't seen Luke in this sort of state since the original trilogy came out. And I'm happy to say that this time within the actual deepfake and the actual imaging and technology that they used, Luke looks much, much better, almost dead on perfect in this series compared to a little bit more shaky in The Mandalorian season 2. I was really, really impressed, and I never felt sort of alarmed or weirded out by looking at Luke at any time. I think all the characters introduced are, fantastic, and it's great to see all of them again, but I also would love to see, especially the fact that, the last 2 episodes, episode 5, episode 6, Boba Fett has maybe had 0 screen time in episode 5, which is essentially the first episode of the new season of The Mandalorian. We saw almost no one else in that episode, and little to no time in episode 6, which was also just sort of the Mandalorian going around helping Boba Fett get more people to fight. So that was very interesting as far as why he was completely cut out in his own show. I'm not against it, but at the same time, I also wish that they would just be able to connect more, or at least give him another season where he is truly the focus of the actual show. I hope that in episode 7, we're able to get a little more of that ruthless Boba that everyone's sort of been itching for, I feel like. And if we do, I think that'll be a perfect tie over for this season. And I really, really hope that we get a second season as well. For the most part, I'm very excited. And I think that all of these shows coming together is helping to really boost Star Wars right towards another, sort of peak, if you will, which is very exciting for me. Reporting for Scott Center News, I'm Hayes Gabbery.